Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Emily and this is Leela Budgets. For those who are on the Goals Hop, who have maybe hopped to the channel for the first time, I'll just give you a little bit of background information. So, as I said, my name's Emily. I am mummy to two little girls. One is nearly 5 and the other one has just turned 2. And they are Lee and La. And Lee has Down syndrome, but she also has other complex medical conditions which aren't actually related, or sort of were, but aren't related to her Down syndrome. And she is under palliative care. Although, to be fair, they told us that she probably wouldn't see her first birthday. And as I've just said, she's coming up to 5. So she is smashing life. And she is just delightful. I mean, I know I'm biased because I'm her mum, but she is just amazing. So, right. Goals. At the start of the year, before any of this happened, I just want to move that a second. I did my goals and aspirations for the year ahead. Now, one of the things was 2024, my garden had some steps in it and it wasn't really very stable. She's not that stable on her feet, is Lee. So mobility wise, I was struggling trying to like bump a double buggy up steps. That's a pushchair, by the way. Sorry for the Englishisms, if you're across the pond. So part of it was that, so I needed literally 2 steps taking out and a ramp made, and my garden was long enough to do so. Anyway, last summer, ish time, I paid and had that knocked out. I paid cash. So phase 2 is going to be to rip out the decking that is currently in my garden because it's spongy and not particularly great, and replace it with new. And then I want to kind of make it a bit more of a sensory garden and add elements to it. Okay, so that was that bit. Then home improvements. I mean, this is like a way off one. I'm not really that bothered, but I don't like my downstairs floor. So at some point I would like to change that in the future. Then things, so I did all of this at the start of the year. However, things have changed slightly and we've actually achieved some goals already. So over here, and you'll hear me speaking videos about our chalet, which is basically like a little 2-bedroom apartment, like bungalow. We would call it bungalow here. It's on one level. It's a little 2-bedroom place with obviously bathroom, kitchen, lounge, dining area, and it's at the coast. It's at the seaside. Now, with Lee, she would have to have oxygen to fly. She doesn't have to have oxygen any other time. And if you can imagine trying to put oxygen onto a child that's, I mean, she's developmentally delayed, but, for a flight, like it just, ugh. Plus, we then have to go and get consultants to write up what meds she needs so you can take them with you. And the insurance alone, we did look because we were invited to a wedding in Cyprus last year, and they wanted, I mean, just to give you some context, because obviously currencies are different. For myself, for a year's travel insurance, you're looking at about £30. For Lee, for a week to Europe, we were looking at £700. So that kind of gives you the scale and difference, and as to why we've decided that we would rather buy a property near the sea and go there. Disneyland Paris and Efteling are both, obviously, one's Paris, one's Belgium, or Holland. They are, Holland. They are both drivable for us. So when they are a little bit bigger, the girls, we will look at potentially going there. Butlins is a holiday park in the UK, but it's actually quite expensive. So we're happy with the decision we've made. We've got an on-site indoor swimming pool. There's a multi-use playground, multi-use, what are they calling it? Multi-use play facility anyway. It's all fenced in, it's lovely. And we're quite happy with that decision. Days out, we obviously, you know, you've got to have things to look forward to. The crocodile farm is actually, it's now become a zoo. And I saved and paid for me and Lee to have annual passes to go there, because La doesn't need an annual pass. She's under 3, so she's free anyway. And Mr. Leela, as we will call him, he works away Monday to Friday. He had a long military career. He retired, and he's currently a civilian training instructor for the military. So he's away Monday to Friday, and it's me and the kiddos here. But ultimately, my goals do come down to this: to give the girls different experiences and to have fun together and time for us. You know, I want the garden to be safe so they can play out and have fun in the garden. We've got the chalet now so that we can take them away to the seaside and do different things with them. And just, you know, making all those memories and things. So that was what I had originally set out for this year. And as I say, we've achieved one of those. Butlins we've been to. Scotland, at some point I will get up to see my friend. However, God knows when that will be. And yeah, so the garden is to have complete the garden, having a safe space that's enjoyable outdoor for the girls to play and learn in. Like I say, I want to put some sensory elements in, and yeah. And in terms of visualization, I do have visualization boards up. I've got them on like pin boards, and they're on my bedroom wall. And so I see them every single day. So they are my focus. However, obviously the chalet has just taken a lot of money. And so we can't move on to the garden until then. However, I have a car that I potentially will be selling, in which case that will pay for the garden renovation. So that was that. So in terms of updated plans, my main goal for this year, which I didn't put on that sheet, was to do and learn Makaton and become a Makaton tutor. Now, I am aware that Makaton is not something that's over in the US as yet. We are going internationally though. Makaton is a communication system. So, the only reason I brought the books out was purely to show you. So we use sign. Most of them are derived from British Sign Language. Obviously, British Sign Language and American Sign Language are also different. So most of our signs are derived from British Sign Language, but with Makaton, we don't just use sign. You speak with Makaton, and we also use symbols. So these will say, like, I see the cat. I know that's like a really basic one. This was level 1. But I want to basically become a tutor so I can teach and train other people in this. And it works brilliantly for children with learning difficulties, autism, on that sort of spectrum, and everything else. So yeah, Makaton is my focus this year. However, I am funding the training. Each level, and there's 4, cost me £85. They have all been paid for by cash stuffing. And then the training to become a tutor, you have like an interview process that you have to pay for. And then the actual like tutor training itself, and combined it comes out to just under £2,500. So that is my goal for this year, is to save up the money, because they don't do any sort of payment plan for that, and save up that money and become a tutor, which will also give me a potential income stream as well, because obviously I will be charging people to learn much as I've paid to learn. So this is by Budget with Mama Bear. This one is beautiful, and I haven't filled it in yet. I'm really sorry, Andra. This is from Andra, the Travelling and Savings Chief, and I've got some from, no, they're all those ones. I have the quarterly ones here from Donna, powered by creativity. I can't tell you how nervous I am at doing this video. And I'm just hoping that it's okay for you guys, and hoping that I explain things enough. So this is the Financial Goals Hop. and we are hopping from channel to channel to see what people's goals are, and to see if there's anything that somebody else is doing that will maybe help us in our journey, or is like, oh, that's a, you know, set off a light bulb. So on the 1st of April, Donna kicked off. So if you want to see her video, go and check out Donna Powered by Creativity. On the 2nd, Budget with Mama Bear, Steph did her video, which was fantastic, over on her channel. And on Thursday, Andra did hers, which again was amazing. Obviously, she's got a big goal aiming for retirement, etc. And then there's me today. And then tomorrow there is a Budget with An. Go and check out those channels. I am going to link them all in the description below. And this is on Donna Powered by Creativity's website. This is with Budget with Mama Bear on her, it's either on her Etsy or her Ko-fi. I will, or Ko-fi, whatever it's called. I will link everything below. And this one is from Andra, and that's on her Ko-fi shop as well, I believe. So, obviously this is kind of linked in from us doing the hop, where we hop from channel to channel, with the specific envelopes and saving monies as a collective, which has been so much fun so far. I'm really, really enjoying it. Right, so my goals for, and I've just done, like, I haven't done per quarter. I know I'm breaking the rules. But ultimately, my ultimate goal is to save that money, that £2,500 for the Makaton training. We use it a lot. It's so much fun as well. But then other goals that I have are to fund Lee's OT sessions, so occupational therapy sessions. I am currently doing so. I do need to focus a little bit more on that and adjust my budget, because they're like £75 a session. She hasn't got any in April, so I kind of get a bit of a buffer built up, hopefully. And also under health, I want to put some money away for unexpected hospital stays. Now, in the UK, we are really fortunate that we have our NHS, our National Health Service, which means that we don't get great big bills every time we need anything, basically. It comes from our national insurance, which is a tax which is on your wages. However, as much and as great as that is, when Lee is not well, we end up going to London to a place called Great Ormond Street Hospital. And, you know, just the cost of living in London is more than most places. And it's things like buying food, you're eating out, you're getting takeaways because you're on the fly. So, or you want to get back to your child as quickly as possible. Like, we don't really leave her ever. So there's all of that. Family. I want to save again for the annual zoo pass, the crocodile farm, that I have just paid. So I've got a year to do that, and I've already got £70, and they've just put their prices up, so it's like £100 now. So I'm £30 away. I want to fully fund birthdays. It's another sinking fund of mine. And then I want to start on 2026's to build that fund up. I want to fully fund Christmas for 2025. I've got those on the go in my sinking funds. And then I want to continue that on for 2026. And I want to be able to just fund school trips as and when they come up. Travel. I want to save some more money for car maintenance, because the car that I might be selling needs a little bit more work still doing on it. It's perfectly legal to drive. It's been tested and everything else. It's passed. And then I'd like to visit some friends further away, like my friend in Scotland, who also has a channel on YouTube. She is the Scottish Highlander on a budget, and Jules is absolutely fantastic, and she designs the budget planners and challenges. Like, I've got loads of her stuff. Personal goals. I want to lose weight and be at my goal weight by July 2025. That shouldn't be a problem. I am actually a qualified nutritionist, and there's a specific diet that I'm a consultant for as well. I'd also like to be able to give back more. I do have Lisa Grateful Me's Christmas one from last year, which I did last year and I'm doing again this year. And I went out and bought loads of toys and we gave them to the children's ward at the hospital. Hobbies, I'd like to get out and walk more again daily. And now the nicer weather's coming, that should be good. I'd like to start crocheting again with La, who is a complete live wire. I haven't crocheted since she was born. Financial, I want to stay debt free. I am in the very fortunate position of I am now debt free. I paid off £4,500 in about 2021 that I had in debt, and I have remained debt free since then. I'd like to get some savings aside ready for next year so I can start funding sinking funds. Like if I have got a pot of money that's sitting there, then I can sort of just chuck some at different sinking funds straight away in the new year. Social, I'd like to get out with my friends more. Like I say, I'm on my own Monday to Friday, so that can be tricky but not impossible. But yeah, that's something that I'd like to do. And then business, I had a business, as I said, doing diet and nutrition related things, and I had to wrap that up. It's on. We're not going to say I wrapped it up. It is on pause. It's been on pause since 2020 when I had Lee, because she was very poorly that first year, and I just couldn't work with my stock and be in London at the same time with my stock further up the country. It was just an absolute nightmare. But that is that, and they are my goals for 2025. I'm sure that they will be adjusted along the way, and when we do our review in the next quarter, I'm sure it might change. So my quarterly goals were really the same each month. To save consistently into sinking funds and stick to budget. I managed to do both of those in January. I also did again in February. March was a bit ropey, I'm not even going to lie. But obviously, one of my focuses now is for my sinking funds is to focus on renewal fees. My Amazon Prime is due in September, which is fine. We're near enough there on it anyway. And then I'll just save up for the Costco one just to take the pressure off next year. But that's it. Take saved money and buy annual zoo passes. I did that, and we have been several times since already. So next quarter, what am I looking at going ahead? So save money consistently into sinking funds, to focus on funding the Makaton training, which I have been doing, but I knew that the first part of the year was going to be harder than the second part of the year, or the first quarter was going to be harder than the next quarter, and quarter was going to be harder than the next quarter, because as I fund sinking funds, then the money that was paying for those sinking funds will go into that training, and so that fund, that pot, so that should be good. I need to adjust my budget a little bit because I do need to try and build the health one up a little bit more for Lee's occupational therapy treatments, which we are doing privately, not NHS. May going forward, save consistently into sinking funds, stick to budget, and fully fund the summer holidays. That's the school summer holidays. We've got the Easter holidays, that's fully funded. We've got a May half term, which is a week in May. That's fully funded. So I am now working on the summer. And then June really is just to try and, my whole thing this year is going to be to stay consistent with the budget so that I can get to that target goal of paying that Makaton training in full once the opportunity comes around to do so. I really hope I've made sense. It's been lovely to be the first kind of international. I know you have the Canadians doing the hop as well, but it's really been a privilege to be the first across the pond to take part in the Financial Goals hop. Please, please, please go and check out these other channels. They are amazing. This is on donnapoweredbycreativity.com. It's free. Go print it out, and then you can see where we're hopping to next and see if anybody's doing anything different to yourself that you think might work for yourself. This is on donnas.com as well. These goal sheets, which are beautiful, are on Budget with Mama Bear, Etsy and Ko-fi, and this is on Andra's The Travelling and Savings Chiefs Ko-fi shop as well. So take advantage of the tools that these lovely ladies have given us. Check out their videos, and yeah, let's have a really good second quarter to 2025. That's about all I can say. I hope this has been okay. I hope you're still with me, and it's been a pleasure to have you all here. Thank you so much. Bye.